Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to the TJ's room, or TJ's bedroom. And yes, TJ is back. He's back with another beer review. I know that me and Dave both have said something about him coming back. Finally, somebody's come back to enjoy good beer with me, some craft brews.
Yeah.
Not to say that craft brews are the only good beer, but I mean it's my style beer.
They're still pretty good.
Yeah. So how have you been?
Doing pretty good, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we are drinking another Great Lakes. I know the last a couple beers we did another Great Lakes Brewing Company beer. And
Yeah,
what are we drinking today?
This beer is called the Burning River. The other beer we did by Great Lakes was the Emin Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that porter.
It was really, really good.
Yeah, it was really good. The Great Lakes Brewing Company is in Cleveland, Ohio. It's actually named after a river that set on fire in 1969. But yeah, it's actually named after a river called the Cuyahoga River, which set fire in 1969 because it was like filled with like
Toxic waste.
Yeah, and like runoff from like local farms and stuff like that.
I believe that's happened in other countries. I think that it happens a lot in China and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, I was reading online before we did this that river actually set on fire several times before that happened. The fire in 1969 was just the worst case.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
So let's get our nose into this beer.
For sure. I'm just going to note real quick, this is actually pale ale. It has a 6% alcohol per volume. But yeah, as you can see, it's a pale ale. It's nice and orange. It's like a nice bronze color to it.
It is. It's definitely like a classic beer color.
Oh yeah, just classic pale ale.
Can I?
Well, it really smells just a classic pale ale.
Grain.
Grainy. Just the hops, you can smell it.
A
little bit of a citrus smell to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange that it's a pale ale because it actually smells pretty similar to an IPA.
Yeah.
A lot of IPAs tend to have a nice citrus, piney citrus / like fruity like smell and essence to it. Like this is pretty similar to that.
Brown sugar maybe.
Brown sugar.
Something
maybe.
Sweet in there, maybe a caramel.
It's very sweet, yeah. I mean, I guess if I had to sum it up, like, I definitely could smell the hops, I could smell the citrus, like...
You can definitely smell the hops, I can smell the citrus. There's kind of a malt to it as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's very malty. Mm-hmm. That's where I was getting the chocolate, like, have you ever smelled, like, chocolate malt, like Ovaltine or something? Okay. Like, that's where I'm getting that at.
Okay.
There's also like a meaty quality to it, like maybe I don't know if it's beef or pork or something, but there's a meat to it that I actually really enjoy, you know.
Yeah, I mean it has a robust like smell to it. Like it does kind of like it sticks out, like it really kind of hits you. And yeah, I mean it's pretty strong.
What kind of meal would you pair this with? Would you go with steak or cheeseburger?
I was just about to say. I think it's funny because you're just saying how it has it smells like has like a meaty smell to it. I think that would be perfect for something like this. I mean, it's a classic pale ale. Although, like I said, it smells pretty similar to an IPA.
Would you go as far to say this is like a barbecue beer?
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. It's gonna be great for burgers, steaks,
even hot dogs, seafood.
Seafood would be good too. But I think, yeah, barbecue food would be really nice. Burgers, yeah.
Well, I hate to rush to it, but let's
let's check it out.
Okay. Now the flavor is mild, especially on the craft brew side. It's very mild. It's not like that hops kick in the mouth like zing, but I would use another word. This is even at room temperature. Like a lot of brews we drink are served better at room temperature, and this is about room temperature here. Even at room temperature, there's a cool blast. It's refreshing. It's a refreshing brew. And we said that it was a summertime barbecue brew. Nail on the head.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, I think it's important to note that, like, you know, what we were saying earlier, like, how it smelled. It smelled very hoppy, and it actually smelled pretty strong. This, yeah, as you were just saying, like, very
Mild.
smooth. Not very hoppy at all. That's probably the reason why it's more like a pale ale than an IPA. But yeah, even as a pale ale, it's still just very smooth. You really
I'm done
can't,
with it. I
really
enjoyed
can't,
it.
Yeah, you really can't taste the hops that much at all.
I would say, especially for the non-craft brew drinker, somebody that doesn't like a hoppy, like, you know, when we're all having cookouts and stuff, a big thing we have is like, oh, I don't want that beer because that's too strong, or that flavor's off to me. Mm-hmm. You know, this would be a good one to sit in a cooler and everyone could drink it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's really smooth, very light to drink, not very filling at all.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's
another one to sit down and like drink a case with and like watch your favorite game, or you know, sit around the campfire and drink beer all night.
Mm-hmm.
So let's roll into rating. What are you saying?
Well, it's a great beer. I definitely would recommend it.
I want to ask another question. Okay,
yeah, go for it.
We're in Pennsylvania, of course, so we're touching the Great Lakes. How available is this?
I don't know how available it is around like our neighborhoods or anything. Like, I don't think it's that terribly hard to find. I know that my brother-in-law got this for my dad for Christmas. Actually, we just snuck this out of his case of beer.
Yeah.
His Christmas present. Better yet.
Okay.
Yeah, and they live in Pittsburgh, and they were able to get it out there.
What is the price of this per case?
Probably
per capita.
I don't know off the top of my head, but probably if I had to guess, maybe about $30 for a case. I mean,
so that's kind of pushing.
That's a standard around here in Pennsylvania. That's a standard for like a good case of beer. $30.
30 to 35. You're pushing it if you're hitting 40.
Yeah.
Okay, so $30, especially if you're really into your beer drinking, I don't think it's going too far.
For sure. Definitely.
I feel like when you get into that area, like you're pushing $30, that's like getting a single malt scotch and like buying it for $60, $70, $80. So like if you like cheap whiskey, you buy cheap whiskey. If you like good whiskey, you buy expensive whiskey. If you like good cheap beer, you buy cheap beer. If you like good beer, you buy expensive beer. If that makes any sense.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, it's better to spend if you have the extra cash for lying around. You know, it's better to buy the best alternative, you know, buy good beer, buy good whiskey or whatever.
TJ's here to stay for a little while, so we will be getting into some cheaper beers.
Yeah, definitely will.
So
all sorts of different kinds of beers too.
Anyways, we didn't hit the numbers.
I probably would have to give it.
Do you mind if I go first? Go first, yeah.
I was gonna say probably somewhere around 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Maybe close. I could go all the way up to 8. I mean, I think it's a great beer. And I one thing to note too is it's a fairly strong beer. It's 6%, and it is smooth, man. You can't even taste that. Like, you know, I taste beers that were 6% too, and they were hoppy and strong. Tasted like IPAs. Like, this is very
gnarly,
smooth.
like.
And this will definitely give you a good buzz. You know, if you have a couple of these.
I'm gonna go a little bit lower on you. I'm gonna go 6.5 to 7.
Okay.
I just don't. This is a decent beer, but I don't find there's a lot of flavor there for what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can see where I'm going at.
For sure. I mean, I guess if you're looking, I mean,
it's a little mild.
So
especially, you know, it's very drinkable, but for our hop heads and our craft brew aficionados, this would be going to the more lighter side of beer for them.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I said. I mean, it's not very hoppy. So if that's something you're into, that's definitely gonna affect it. I mean,
it's gonna be a detractor for you. So that's why I gave it. I'll go like 7.5. That's my final.
I'll stick by 7.5 then. Too.
Yeah, 7.5. It's great. It's drinkable. It's good for everybody.
Man.
But if you are a hop head, this is going to be a total disappointment for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something that's hoppier, that's gonna stick out and like kind of have a punch to it. I mean,
this isn't it. But that was it. Thanks, TJ.
Yeah, no
excellent
problem,
review.
Yeah.
He's back for more. He's in it to win it.
Sure am.
So you know, with the bourbon reviews with Dave, the Scotch reviews with everybody, TJ is in. He's gonna be here. So
definitely am.
I'm excited for it. Are you excited for it?
I'm pretty excited, man.
All right, excellent. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rate this. TJ's back. Are you kidding me? That deserves a thumb up to begin
Everybody,
with. Yeah.
cheers.
Yeah, cheers to TJ. You're also going to comment. Maybe we dog this. I can see this being somebody's favorite brew. Like, absolutely, like, this is the only thing I drink.
I think how we described it earlier, it's a great summertime beer. If you're trying to get a little bit, like if, you're trying to, get a better quality beer than like some cheap beer, or get something that has a little bit more hops to it, like that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would recommend.
Also, what you're going to want to do is check out the Facebook,
For sure.
We wanted to ask you if you wanted to make some comments on beer on the Facebook. We can discuss this after the video, but yeah.
Yeah, we definitely
TJ checks out the Facebook. He definitely does, so he'll be commenting on your videos. I definitely run the Facebook, so you'll see me. So pretty much rate, comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook, and as always, peace be with you.
Later on.
Thanks.